The first exercise of this warm-up is a banded big toe curl. It's very important to activate the big toe. It's going to help you utilize your glutes and your hips to pull the world behind you, and it's also going to engage your arch with each step. You're going to need a thick band like so. It's actually the width of your toe. You're going to wrap it around your big toe and you're going to curl your toe. So I'm pulling on that band and I'm just curling my big toe.
We're going to keep activating the big toe from a split stance, and we're going to do a calf raise with the band underneath our big toe. You're going to put your band around your ankle, place the band underneath the big toe of the opposite foot. You're going to step out and you're going to do a calf raise on that back leg with that band underneath that big toe. And if you release that tension of pressing down into the ground, that band would snap away. This is the split stance 3D hip routine. Split stance is a lunge stance. I want to make sure the back foot is pointed straight forward. We're going to squeeze the glutes, drive the hips forward. You're going to feel a stretch on the hip flexor of your back leg. Then you're going to leave the hips locked out and forward, and you're going to shift your hips to the right and left. You'll feel this in the groin and then the side of your hip. And then lastly, we're going to do circles in each direction.
90-90 hip transitions while leaning back. You're gonna lean back as far as you can with your knees bent at 90 degrees, but still being able to keep your knees on the ground. You're gonna transition, push into the ground. Transition, push into the ground. You're gonna feel a stretch in the front side of your hip. Next, we're gonna do 90-90 hip transitions with no hands. You're gonna lean over your front leg, push into the ground, transition, keeping your feet planted. Lean over, transition, and repeat. This is the walking lunge with rotation. So just a normal lunge, but now you're going to be rotating towards the front leg only, okay? Try to have it be one fluid motion so that it's not just like a two-part lunge, then rotate, okay? This is a good one. This is the single leg RDL to high knee, all right? You're going to bend over on one leg, keeping this leg relatively straight, hips pointing straight towards the ground. You'll be able to keep your back toe pointed towards the ground. If you open up and your back toe is pointed out, you're messed up, all right? So get squared, centered, go down, squeeze your glute, drive your knee forward, and repeat. It's gonna be a balancing act, but I know you can do this.
Unsupported leg swings. So just balancing on one leg, you're gonna swing your leg forward and back for each leg. All right, trying to maintain that balance. Then you're gonna pivot one foot to the side so that you can do lateral leg swings next. Side to side. This one's often a lot harder to balance on, all right? Take your time, go through a full range of motion. The pogo jump. It's a lot like jumping rope, but we're trying to develop spring tension in our ankles. So you're gonna kind of smack the ground a little bit harder, but try to be loose with the ankle. So maybe jumping rope, you're just nice and quiet. Pogo jumps is gonna be, all right, you see you're being a little bit more aggressive. You're waking up that spring tension in the ankle. Single leg hops, alternating sides. You're just gonna hop on one leg for 5 hops, switch legs, 3, 4, 5, and repeat.
All right, this is the A skip. Now we're gonna pick up the speed of things. All right, you're gonna go into a high knee and then drive into the ground, fully extending your hip. It's gonna be the drive into the ground that creates the skip. So here it is, full speed. This is going to really help you prime you for your speed workout. The B skip is going to be a progression of the A skip, and you're going to have to take your time with this one. You're going to start out with a high knee, then you're going to extend your knee to get a nice hamstring stretch before driving into the ground on the ball of your foot, okay? So keeping your heel off of the ground with this one. All right, so here it is, full speed. Take your time with this one. It's very potent.